She's just an all-around very compassionate person.
The long hours, the dedication to his job.
She offered to take them home because their vehicle couldn't be driven.
It goes above and beyond, and that's why he deserves this type of an award.
When we were looking for a CARES Award winner, I was looking for someone who was genuine, compassionate, and competent.
Since she has taken over as Assistant Rehab Director, our flow, everything here has been wonderful.
She's just top-notch in everything she does.
He's so kind, and that's what it's all about.
She doesn't do anything halfway. She goes above and beyond all the time.
She makes it easy because she's a self-starter.
He's one you want to have and one you want to keep.
She is just genuinely a caring person.
You don't have to micromanage everything he does. It's just go check and see what all he has done.
It's very hard to find a therapist who combines both the clinical aspect as well as the social aspect.
She actually takes into consideration not just what's going on with them. She doesn't look at someone as an anoxic brain injury or a stroke. She looks at this as someone's husband. This is someone's family member. Prime example, the one resident that caused us to nominate her specifically, he's a very vital part of this community prior, very young, had a wife who fought a very public battle with cancer. She lost her battle, and he was left to raise 2 small children by himself. But what brought us here was he went out for a run one morning and collapsed of a massive heart attack. Our nurses actually that work within ARH are the ones who found him, revived him, and they are the reason we still have him.
When Chris came to our facility, we wasn't really sure what we were going to be dealing with because from the looks of his medical records, you know, there wasn't a whole lot we could work with. His family wanted him in this facility because they had heard that this is a great facility. Every day, anything was progress. I remember the first day that he smiled. That was a major milestone just to see a smile.
The family friends of the Jesse family mentioned that his therapist at ARH had, of her own volition, undertaken some advanced training at her own expense, enabled to be a better caregiver for Mr. Jesse. Melissa just embodies what it really means to be an ARH CARES winner.
I had a best friend who was an asthmatic, and I witnessed multiple times of her having asthma attacks. And it really drove me to go into respiratory school so I could help people with breathing problems.
I've been here at ARH for 37 years, and Jacqueline has been a therapist underneath me for 9 years. The reason I nominated Jackie for this award is one day there was a patient here and she was discharged home. The patient had her oxygen concentrator, but it was not charged.
She was super upset. She was so afraid that she wasn't going to make it home. She needed groceries and she didn't have enough oxygen.
Jacqueline went to her and said, "Don't worry, we'll figure something out."
I asked Michelle if she would give me her keys to her vehicle so I could charge it. And we got it charged, and you know, we gave her a peace of mind. You know, we would take care of her, and we did.
She is just like ecstatic. She says, "Oh, I thank you so much." She's just an all-around very compassionate person. The patients here love her, and we do too.
I think what makes JT a good CARES candidate is that he truly takes pride in his work, and that's inspiring to all of us.
Well, I've been here 16 years, and I've had a lot of interaction with him, and he's never really turned me away. If anybody really cares about a job, he does. He puts in long hours.
We have a real good staff here at IT, and we have good people that work in the various departments. We're more of a family-oriented company that gives support to each other, and that's how we survive.
They deserve this award. It's just her personality, her way of treating patients, and just a knack of being a great nurse.
Anita is very attentive to the needs of the patients. You know, she's been here 26 years, and she takes care of our employees, she takes care of our patients.
My relationship with my patients, and this hospital is very important to me. This hospital is
an important function. Our county needs it, and that is terribly important to me.
I've worked with a lot of delivery drivers, and I have to say John is one of the best that I've worked with. Me and him immediately had a rapport when we met, and he's one of those guys that always goes above and beyond for everybody.
I remember one ice storm we had. He was the only driver that went out, because he was the only one we had, plus our manager at the time.
Yeah, the blizzard of '98 was probably the most interesting. It was a state of emergency and the roads was shut down. You really wasn't supposed to be on them. We used my personal vehicle because it'd go a lot better in the snow, and we delivered oxygen tanks for 3 days to these people that was hard to get to. I had an Army backpack that we would load these tanks up, and a lot of people we couldn't get down to their driveways, so we'd have to hoof them in.
There was one lady, elderly lady, that was there that didn't have any milk, and he delivered her tanks, and he went to the grocery store, got her some milk, and took it to her. And not very many people would do that.
He's basically a fixture for ARH, and he embodies everything that the CARES Award is about.
Well, we do have a lot of patients that come in our community. Our community is our extended family here, being a small critical access hospital. And a lot of our patients have requested, where's Iris today?
A lot of people in the community here, I've become familiar with them and grown close to a lot of them and everything, and I couldn't see myself doing anything else. I treat them like I would want somebody to treat my family.
She's always a patient advocate. She is well deserving of the CARES Award winner.
Teamwork is very important everywhere I know, but I always have felt, especially at the psychiatric center, for Sharon to be awarded the CARES Award, there couldn't be anybody any better.
Since I've been working with psychiatric patients since 1993, that's what I love, is working psych nursing. It gives you such a great feeling when you see them getting better. When they first come in, a lot of them are really, really sick and they've been off their medication. And when they come here, they start taking their medicine, going to groups, and they feel like that we're their family.
She just goes above and beyond to try to make a birthday special. She tries to go above and beyond if there's a loss in a family. She's just overall concerned for everyone.
Molly's a unique person. She truly, truly loves what she does. And it shines.
She's a person that just bubbles. I guess is the best way I have to describe it. She is an exemplary employee. She does a tremendous job. She always does it with a smile on her face.
I've been with ARH 17 years. Over the years I've worked, I have really met some real nice people.
The people that I work with, I've spent more time with than I have my own family. And they become just an inherent part of your extended family. Someone like Molly that shares each day with you, shares your ups and your downs. She kind of knows if it's a rough day, she can tell.
When people's down and out, I try to talk to them and get them to feel better and try to say something to be nice to them and to help them and do what I can for them to make their day better.
That support that you provide one another it doesn't have a measure to it. It has a value that you can't describe.
I've worked with Elizabeth for 3 years now. She works really well with all the employees. She helps patients feel at ease. She goes out of her way to help the patients' families.
I love working here. This is an excellent facility to work with. I have the best coworkers in the radiology department. I wouldn't work anywhere else. I try to help everybody that I can with anything that I can. And that includes the patients, the families.
Elizabeth is just a great person to work with. She keeps everything on a light heart.
The best way to work with patients is to just smile with them, respect them, just give them the best patient care that you can. You need to listen. That's the #1 thing. You have to listen to the patient. You have to really address their concerns and do everything that you can to help that patient.
Andrew came to me and it was a snowstorm and he wanted a job. 3/4 of my employees had called in that day, and I had Andrew that came and asked for a job. And I said, you go get your license and you come back to me and you'll have a job.
My patients, I just treat them like family. I want them to be comfortable with me taking care of them.
When I get some information from a patient and they want to brag about their experience here, it's usually about Andrew.
He has truly been so valuable to my floor. He is everything you want in an employee.
Rick has a very pleasant demeanor. He is always very cordial, and like I said, he is always smiling, and it kind of calms any kind of fears that they have.
I've worked with Rick for about 15 years now. He's very compassionate, very caring, great co-worker. Couldn't ask for anybody better, actually.
When he comes into work every day, there's always a smile on his face, no matter how good a day, how bad a day he's having. He always takes time with all his patients. We have patients even, they'll call just to make sure that he's even here the day they're coming to see if he's going to do the ultrasound.
We see a lot of patients on a regular basis. You know, you'll get to see them at least once a week sometimes, and you get to know them. Most patients, when they come in here, they're pretty stressed. I think that's a lot of the reason why I kind of get onto other subjects. I try to just steer them away from that and try to make them feel a little better.
Rick's that type of guy. You just want to be around him.
When we're looking for the person that we thought connected with their patients in a special way, we knew that that was Christy.
She is very intelligent to pick up any abnormal labs, or if there are anything to say that patient needs some more attention. And to top it all, she is very compassionate with her work.
I really enjoy getting to know my patients more on a one-on-one basis because I see a lot of the same patients over and over again. I actually have some patients who I have for years, so you develop a relationship with them. I get to know them, they get to know me, and I really enjoy that. I like to get to know people on a personal level, and I feel like it's very rewarding to be able to help them through a time that would normally be difficult.
Everything she does comes from her heart. She's there for them. They are able to form that relationship with her. They've bonded. So I know that emotionally, it has to be a roller coaster for her, because you see the successes, you see the people that make it, but then you see those who don't. And so I know that's hard, but she's tough, she's strong.
Apple is one of, if not the, most dedicated, hardworking employees at Middlesboro ARH. And that's saying a lot because we have a lot of really hard-working, really dedicated employees.
He comes in every morning at 6 a.m. He goes straight to a pickup truck, loads up all of his garbage cans, his cleaning equipment. He goes up front and cleans the entire property every morning. It's immaculate.
Well, I like helping people, you know, and it's just, I've done it all my life. I've worked for the public, and if I can go out and help somebody, I'll go do it.
What drives him to do a good job, it's not for personal praise. He doesn't seek it out. He really wants the hospital to be in the best possible light.
I don't think that I do anything more than anybody else here. I don't see myself doing more than anybody else. So to see or to know that somebody thinks that I do, you know, that means a lot.
I'm blessed, I really am, because it could have went to anybody, because everybody here is wonderful to work with.
It actually shocked me that I won. I just try to be myself, and I just try to help people as much as I can.
It makes you feel good that people realize that you're trying to make a difference.
You know, it is true. You kind of feel, you know, like, you know, why me? I can name 8 or 10 people myself right off the bat.
I'm truly honored to win the CARES Award. I was very surprised. I didn't know I was even nominated.
I am very honored to win it, but, you know, it takes a whole army of people. I couldn't do what I do without everybody else here.
My name is Christy Smith.
Rick North.
Andrew Fugit.
Sharon L. Dixon.
Elizabeth Pace.
Molly Brigsby.
Iris Blanton.
Melissa Ratliff.
John McGuire.
Anita Phillips.
Larry Appleton.
JT.
Jacqueline Gamble.
And we are one.